it's Lynn here. Hope you're having an incredible day. Now guys, this is just a very quick video, a bit of a tip that my amazing fiance Hans shared with me. Now, obviously now the time of year, we overwintering a lot of our cacti and succulents in the polytunnel, which we have got out there, as you can see, in our backyard. And we have got a few cacti and succulents, mainly cacti, that are still sitting in wet soil from the summer. Now what happened, we let them all totally dry out during the house move. We had them out in the backyard until we had the polytunnel delivered. And we had one night where it was very heavy rain and the plant pots got soaked. So because now it's sort of late in the year, and I recommend overwintering cacti and succulents in completely dry soil. Obviously the problem here in Northern Ireland, as in Ireland in general and other parts of Britain I'm sure, is it's very, very damp, and we've had a lot of rain the past few weeks since we moved house, and these plants have just not had a chance to dry out. So we brought them into the house temporarily to dry them all up. And once the soil is bone dry in the pots again, we're going to put them back into the polytunnel, and therefore they've got a good chance of getting through the winter completely unscarred. And as I say, we're going to be heating the polytunnel at a minimum temperature of about 5 Celsius, which is around 40 degrees Fahrenheit. And as long as these are dry in the soil, these plants will come to no harm at all, overwintering at that temperature. And we've got a thermostatically controlled electric heater we're going to be using to kick in if the temperature should drop below that. But as I say, here in Ireland, we do have warm winters. Our problem is the high humidity, and damp soil like this and high humidity and cold temperatures is not the best for overwintering, as there's always a chance rot could set in. So what we've done here is we have placed the plants into the kitchen. It's a nice sunny window here, and they'll get loads of sun and dry out much quicker than they would in the polytunnel where it's cooler temperatures. And we've placed some dry towels underneath the pots, and this will actually help to absorb a lot of the moisture from underneath the pots, almost a bit like a sponge. So this will help to dry out the plants far quicker than if we just left them in the kitchen or on the stone floor. So that's going to help to dry them up, and because it's very warm here in the kitchen, we do all our cooking and everything, it's a lovely hot room here, they will dry out far faster in their pots than they would. So should this happen to you, now bear in mind, if you're overwintering your plants in a cool overwintering condition, which you should be doing if you've got cacti, the desert types do like to be kept cool and dry for winter. If you haven't seen the video I made a couple of years ago on how to overwinter cacti and succulents, links up above to that video, and I go into a lot more detail about overwintering them. Ideally overwinter them in a bright room, cool and dry without heating, but obviously you want them above frost, obviously, at, I would say ideally an absolute bare minimum of about 3 to 4 Celsius. Some can take many degrees of frost, but I have no experience of that. Ideally we're going to be overwintering about between 5 and 7 in an ideal situation, because low temperatures can sometimes cause a lot of black spots and marks on the leaves, and better to be safe than sorry. As I say, high humidity is our problem here in Ireland, so we're going to be overwintering them of around 5C. And obviously it all depends on the many different types of plants you've got. As in this case, we brought all of the euphorbias, which are mainly the ones in the window here, and some of the stapelias, and the ones that are not so hardy, into the house to overwinter here in the kitchen window, and also in the plant room upstairs, and some in other windows. Ideally a south, east or west window that gets some sun, but if you've only got a north facing window, overwinter them's fine. And you can even overwinter them in a room with no light or very little light by using additional lamps, or just keeping them dry to overwinter until the winter. As I say, explain a lot more in my video how to overwinter cacti and succulents. And as I say, that's just a little tip that if you're not familiar with Hans, my fiance's channel, links up above to his amazing channel, Family of Cacti and Other Beauties. He shares beautiful cacti videos, and he's going to be putting a load more gardening videos and things coming up soon, so stay tuned, guys. And as I say, this is a tip. I sort of freaked out a bit in the greenhouse earlier, polytunnel I should say, when I saw there's still a lot of plants sitting in wet soil, and ideally they should really be drying out at this time of year. And Hans says, don't worry, we'll bring them in, put them into the warm kitchen, put the towels out, suck the water up from underneath. In a few days they'll be dry. So just wanted to share that tip with you, and just to let you guys know, if you have the desert plants, stop watering your plants now. If you're obviously living in the northern hemisphere like we are here in Ireland, if you're obviously living in Australia or South Africa, you don't have to worry, you'll be coming into your spring now. But as I say, the drier the soil the better, the more we stand the winter temperatures. So guys, I want to send you loads of love, heaps of happiness, and tons of plant power. As always, from Ireland. Until the next video, guys. Bye.